Today we're going to talk about The Last of Us again. But before we do, let me know in the comments what you liked or disliked about the video. And if you liked it, a sub will be appreciated. Let's begin. So word around the block is that, with the new trailer that they just showed for The Last of Us is that, the leaks were not valid. Maybe the leaks were, testing footage to see how people would react to it. I know there was a lot of people that were basically stating that, well, what did they say? Well, in the trailer, there's some things that, there's some people that are not in the trailer that was in the leaks, so you could definitely tell that there's something else going on, Um, we're going to go through this in some sort of order here. So, what I wanted to basically talk about is there really two versions of The Last of Us? Are we like bamboozled here? Like, is there like some kind of like, test footage to see how, you would react to it? Is that a thing? You know what I mean? And to be perfectly honest with you, nope. If you guys remember, Naughty Dog, when it got leaked the first time around, Naughty Dog was like, yo, we're saddened by this. We know that there's some things going on. We ask if you would not spoil a game for anybody else. Now, if you're saying that type of shit, I think that the game is probably spoiled. I think it is. I think it is. It's so easy for somebody to easily take out a CGI character, you know what I'm saying? Or position the camera in such a way where it's not showing something that they originally had planned. Trust and believe they did this trailer deliberately to make you feel like it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? So they can mitigate the disaster of that leak. Sony's definitely feeling some sort of sales loss because they were going ham on YouTube channels and everything else. I mean, we're not talking about YouTube channels that was leaked or were showing leaked footage and they took it down. That's legit. We're talking about anybody that speaks ill about The Last of Us. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're talking about. Now, it may come off as me wanting Naughty Dog to fail, and do I want them to fail? Do I want, The Last of Us 2 to fail? Yes and no. I feel like one thing's for sure. For anybody that's taken up for The Last of Us, what you're going to see is that if the leaks are true, you're going to be pissed off. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm pretty sure you're going to be very upset about the ending. Whether you want to see the leaks or not, or whatever the case is, you are going to be upset. That's just what it is. And I said this in one of my other videos. It's disrespectful for what they've done with the information, or what they've done with the story. Now, people can sit there and say, "Oh, you're homophobic," or whatever the case is, or you're in denial, or whatever the case is. Here's the thing: what is going on with people that are upset about the situation is not about people being in denial. It's about you're taking source material and changing it for whatever purpose, political purpose, or standing that you have. That's why people keep saying about the social justice warriors thing. Example, Star Wars, for instance. No one's really liking the new Star Wars movies because George Lucas is not a part of it. He's not a part of it. And so because of that situation, the people who are in charge of it don't give a fuck about it. They don't have the passion. They don't care. They don't care about it. They don't care. They don't care. What I see here with The Last of Us is that it looks like they're really trying to make you feel bad for not liking the game in case, let's say it fails and people don't like what they do. They're going to say that you're homophobic. They're going to say a whole bunch of stuff, because of the type of stuff that they're trying to inject. One thing is definitely for sure is that the original people that made the original Last of Us is not there. They're not there. And you got to think about what is your agenda there. And yes, there is an agenda. There's clearly an agenda, but it's not what you think. It's not about social justice warriors. It's about taking an IP that was going one way and you're changing it up to do something else for some sort of reason. And the same thing is happening with the Star Wars movies and stuff like that. You can look that up. If you don't really know about it, look it up. Look it up. I don't have a problem with anything that they do Make a new game if you feel like you want to make a stand. You don't want to know why they don't do it? It's because they know damn well that if they make a new game and if it's catered to that social justice warrior shit, it will not sell. So they're looking at things that are guaranteed to sell to use it as a platform, plain and simply put. You know what I'm saying? Also, another thing that worries me about this whole social justice warriors and people are like, oh, well, if you don't like it, you know what I mean? Why do you have such a problem with it? Politics and stuff like that. On one hand, yes, you want freedom of speech, you want all of that good stuff, right? On the other hand, if you let this go unchecked and people want to keep injecting politics and catering to people that are easily offended, the type of games that we would have is going to diminish. It happened with games like the old Tomb Raiders. Oh, you're killing tigers, endangered species. The fucking no one, no, it's fake. It's fake. You know what I'm saying? They even did the same thing with Killzone. The new Killzones, you can't do like headshots. They diminish the violence in the game because it's going to offend people. You know, it truly affects. It affects that type of mindset affects other medium. You know what I mean? Because they don't want to offend anybody. They don't want to get canceled. There's the cancel culture. Fucking the new Grand Theft Auto is starting to. They can't do what they want to do because it's going to affect somebody. That's the thing. That's the thing that people are not thinking about. They're not thinking about that it will affect other avenues. Totally. No matter how much you want to sit there and deny it, it will affect it. You know, like if it was in its own isolated bubble, great. But you're taking things existing because it didn't follow your, you know, it didn't follow what you believed in, and you're shaming it because of it. And everybody wants to follow suit. Oh shit, I don't want to get canceled. I better cater to this. I better start taking things out. And some things are integral to the gameplay. That's my problem. That's my fucking beef. And that's what other people's beefs are. Not that there's gay characters. It's that the cancel culture is fucking up existing IPs and is fucking up the freedom of other people because they don't want to get canceled. I hope that explained it all. We're going to move on to the next subject. I normally don't talk about other platforms because this is all things Sony, but Microsoft actually had some kind of revealing of their console. And supposedly that shit was complete erectile dysfunction. Like total and utter erectile dysfunction. You know, yeah, I would say so. The problem here is that they're making the same mistakes that they normally would make. A lot of people were disappointed. A lot of people were disappointed in it. You know, and that's the problem. That's the problem. They're disappointed. Well, let's talk about it. What happened? Why were they disappointed? Okay. A lot of the shit that I heard, I didn't watch it, but a lot of the shit that I gathered is that they were showing a lot of indie games. They were showing some remasters, and they were showing some pre-rendered trailers. And you're talking about you're the most powerful console? Really? You're the most powerful console, and that's what you show? Shit that we already dealt with before. And people are asking, why is Sony not showing anything? Why is Sony not showing anything? Why is Sony not showing anything? They should do exactly what Microsoft is doing. Do y'all want Sony to show pre-rendered shit and indies and pre-rendered shit? I believe Sony has a plan. We clearly know that they have a plan. They're slowly drip feeding their information. You know what I'm saying? But if you're going to show your new console, why not show the interface? You said to everybody that you wanted to show a new console. You said that. You said it. Why not show the interface? All right, why not show Halo? You know what I'm saying? Something, even a pre-rendered idea of what Halo would be. Show that. What about next generation features that we're not going to get anywhere else? What about that? What about new IPs? You talking about a console that's supposed to be so powerful, nothing's utilizing it. You drummed this whole shit up saying that there was going to be some big grand thing, and look at it. Look at it. If anybody want to know why I don't like Microsoft, that's the reason why I don't like Microsoft. It's like they're out of touch. They don't know what gamers want. They clearly don't. They just think that gamers want a powerful console. Yes, it's great to have a powerful console, but if you don't have, if you don't have the games, what the fuck good is it? You mean, you know, you can look at all sorts of titles. The Sega Game Gear was much more powerful than the Game Boy. Didn't have that many games. All that power was for nothing. You know what I mean? Shit, you can even say the same thing about the Vita. It wasn't completely utilized. You know what I mean? Yeah, I like the games that was on the Vita, but they focused on, you know, backwards compatibility, and they focused on indie games. It almost looked like this fucking Xbox Series X is going to be fucking Vita 2.0 because it's not being properly supported with the games. And it's like Microsoft has already given up. Either already given up or just that damn out of touch. That's the problem. Where are the games? Stop trying to rush Sony into what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that I don't like what Sony's doing, truthfully, is catering to the minority. They are doing it throughout the entirety of the company. They've done it with movies. You know, you had what the fuck you call it? Charlie's Angels. You had it with Ghostbusters. All the appeal to certain people. That's the problem. You took an existing IP and you're trying to make you feel bad for liking that existing IP with old ideals. This is the problem. So people that love the old, you know, the old type of IP, like the Ghostbusters, you know what I mean? Or Men in Black, you're shitting on it. That's the problem what I have. That's the only problem I have with Sony. But think about that. I mean, like, honestly think about that.